Hey everyone, in this short video I'm going to go over EIGRP Add Path support. This is the network we're looking at here. We have R1, which is the hub of a DMVPN. We have 3 spoke routers, and the interesting thing you'll see here is that R2 and R3 have a shared segment. So let's take a look at the current state of the network and see not exactly what the problem is, but what we're trying to solve with Add Path support. So if we look at R1, and we do show IP route EIGRP, we can see that we're learning this from both 3 and 2, which is exactly what we want. Metrics are the same. We're going to be load balancing over them. So let's head down to R4, which is the router, remember the router that doesn't share that segment, and let's see if it knows it. Well, we could see it knows of it, but it knows of it from R1. We are using DMVPN Phase 3, but still, we're not going to be able to load balance. So we have to do a couple things here in order to get R4 to know of both locations. So the first thing we need to do is, on R1, we need to go into router EIGRP, and it has to, Add Path only is supported in EIGRP named mode. So you won't be able to use classic mode for this. Unicast autonomous system is 1. And we're going to go under AF interface for the tunnel. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have to do no IP next hop. Is it a different command? No. Oh, sorry. Next hop self. Confusing my command. So no next hop self. So let's check R4. See if we have it updated. Now you can see we do. Now the next hop is 2. But we could still see that we're only learning it from 1. You know, I could do this. And that makes sense because we're actually, R1 is advertising the route back down. R1 is only going to advertise 1 route. It's not going to advertise 2 different routes for the same destination. So this is what Add Path does for us. Again, under the AF interface, we can take a look at the Add Paths command. This is the number of add paths to be advertised. We have a number of 1 through 4, so we could just set it to 2 here. I'll set it to 4, just because. Now, let's take a look at our show run, just so we could see what exactly how everything looks. So, under the interface, I have no next hop self. I have no split horizon, which is also important. Otherwise, it wouldn't even be advertising the route back out the DMVPN tunnel. And I also have Add Path 4. Now, if we go over to R4, now we can see we're going to be load balancing. So this is what Add Path does for us. It's a very simple thing. It's 1 command. Now, what if, we were in a network where we wanted EIGRP to take advantage of NHRP override routes with DMVPN Phase 3? Well, we could do this pretty easily by, on R1, let's go back up into, and I'll just go into the tunnel interface. Let's do our summary address of all zeros. And the one thing we'll obviously notice is if we go to R4, we're not going to be learning about these routes anymore. But if we still had a shared segment between 2 of our sites and we wanted EIGRP to advertise them, we could use that leak map feature that we've done before. And if you've never done a leak map, don't worry, it's actually quite easy. So what we'll do is we'll get out of EIGRP mode. And the first thing we need to do is let's configure a prefix list. So IP prefix list. We need to give it a name, so we'll name it, net23. It's the network between 2 and 3. We'll give it the sequence number of 5. It's our first one. And we're going to permit 192.168.23.0/24. So we're going to match that prefix that exists. So if we go back to the segment, 192.168.23.0/24. All right. So now we're going to take that prefix list and apply it to a route map. So route map, let's call it advertise 23. How about that? And we'll say permit 10. And we match IP address prefix list in net23, which is what we just defined. Now that we have our route map, all we have to do is go into EIGRP and leak it. So again, we go into router EIGRP DMVPN, the address family of IPv4 unicast autonomous system 1, AF interface tunnel 0, and again, it's the summary address of 000/0, but this time you'll see we have the leak map option. Leak map, and the name of our leak map is the route map, which is here, ADV23. Done. And so what are we doing here? We're still advertising a summary address so we can take advantage of EIGRP's, we could take advantage of NHRP overrides in DMVPN Phase 3. And then we're going to do a leak map just for this prefix so that R4 can still load balance between them. So let's head over to R4. And you'll notice that our prefix is now there. So we're still learning the default. So any other network, and we can prove this actually by, let's go to R2. Let's create a new network. Let's say int gig 1.20. Uh, 10.0.20.2. And am I advertising? I thought I might have been advertising it, but let me show router EIGRP. I was doing that. Okay, so this should be automatically advertised. So if we go to R1, show IP route EIGRP, we see the new 10.0.20 network. If we go down to R4, we don't see the 10.0.20 network because, again, that's not in our leak map. We're only leaking this one prefix. And if we want to ping it, let's ping. Actually, let me show you this too. Let me show IP route 10.0.20.0. It's not in the table. So let's ping 10.0.20.2. We have a success. Now if we do show IP route 10.0.20.0, we have it, and it's known via NHRP, which in the routing table, 10.0.20.0 is here, which is our NHRP override. So we're still using DMVPN Phase 3, and we could still use the Add Path feature with leak maps to help do load balancing. And again, we can prove we're doing load balancing by, let's trace 192.168.23.3, and we could see first packet went to 2, the next one went to 3 and 2. So we are load balancing over them. And if we show IP EIGRP topology, they still have the same metrics, and we are doing equal cost load balancing. So I did extend this video a little bit longer than I thought I was going to because I brought in the leak map feature, but I really wanted to show you how add paths work with DMVPN Phase 3. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll see you on the next one.